Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker, heavier, or even more painful as the years go by? Maybe it's harder to climb stairs, walk for long distances, or even stand without discomfort. You might think this is just a normal part of aging, but what if something hidden in your everyday foods is actually to blame? In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 common foods secretly draining your leg strength and mobility. These foods could be making things worse without you even realizing it. But don't worry, there's hope. We'll also show you simple, powerful changes you can make to protect your legs and stay active and independent. Time is of the essence. Watch until the end because the small changes we discuss could make a huge difference in your strength, reduce pain, and keep you moving freely for years to come. This is information you need to know before it's too late. Before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. It helps me continue sharing important lessons like this. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so and turn on the bell so you don't miss any more helpful videos like this one. If you like the video, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, comment 0 to let me know, and I'll do my best to make future videos even better for you. Now let's get started, because your health and independence are at stake. As we get older, keeping our strength, mobility, and independence becomes more important than ever. But many of us unknowingly hurt our ability to move freely by eating foods that seem harmless at first. 2 of the most dangerous offenders are processed sugar and deep-fried or fast foods. These foods aren't just occasional treats. They're quiet enemies that weaken muscles, stiffen joints, harm bones, and slow circulation. Let's take a closer look at how these foods are contributing to weaker legs and less freedom to move. First, processed sugar, the sweet deceiver slowly taking away your strength. We all love a little sweetness now and then. A spoon of sugar in your coffee, a slice of cake at a family party, or a cookie after dinner. These small pleasures are comforting, almost like rewards for a busy life. For many, sugar is a treat that reminds us of happy memories or gives us a quick energy boost when we're feeling tired. But here's the problem. Behind that sweetness is a hidden danger, especially for your legs, the part of your body that carries you through your daily activities. This small, sugary indulgence could be quietly sabotaging your strength, making it harder to stay active and independent. The hidden toll of sugar on your body can be far more serious than you might think. Many seniors notice slow, creeping changes, muscle weakness, joint pain, constant fatigue, or a feeling that their legs just don't have the strength they once did. These symptoms are often brushed off as simply part of getting older. But here's the truth. Too much sugar could be making these problems worse, robbing you of your ability to stay active and independent. One of the biggest dangers of sugar is how it affects your energy. When you eat processed sugar, whether it's in candy, sodas, pastries, or even foods that seem healthy like flavored yogurts, sauces, or healthy granola bars, your blood sugar spikes quickly. This can give you a short burst of energy, making you feel a little more awake or energized for a moment. But that boost doesn't last. The surge in sugar triggers a flood of insulin, which quickly lowers the sugar in your blood, causing a crash that leaves you feeling exhausted, sluggish, and weak. Over time, these constant ups and downs mess with your body's natural energy balance. Simple activities like walking to the mailbox or climbing stairs can start to feel overwhelming, not because you're getting older, but because your body is struggling to maintain steady energy. Chronic inflammation, the joint and muscle destroyer. It's not just about energy ups and downs. Excess sugar also fuels chronic inflammation, a silent yet dangerous condition that harms your joints and muscles. Inflammation is a natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes long-term, often caused by a steady diet of sugary foods, it becomes damaging. Inflamed joints get stiff, swollen, and painful, especially in areas like the knees, hips, and ankles, which carry your weight every day. This is why many seniors notice that their legs feel heavy achy, or painful, especially after eating sugary foods. Muscles aren't safe either. Chronic inflammation slowly damages muscle fibers, making them less flexible and resilient. Over time, this makes muscles more prone to tiny tears and less able to heal themselves, leading to noticeable weakness and a loss of strength. For seniors, this means simple tasks like standing up from a chair, maintaining balance, or walking without pain become harder and harder. Then there's insulin resistance, starving your muscles. As we age, our body's sensitivity to insulin naturally declines, which makes it harder for our muscles to absorb the glucose and nutrients they need. A high sugar diet speeds up this process, leading to insulin resistance, where your cells no longer respond to insulin properly. When this happens, muscles are deprived of the protein and amino acids needed to stay strong. For seniors, this is a big issue, especially since age-related muscle loss, called sarcopenia, is already a challenge. A diet high in sugar makes this worse, speeding up muscle loss and making it even harder to keep your balance, coordination, and mobility. If you're struggling with insulin resistance, you might notice your legs feel weaker, your steps less steady, and your energy dropping faster than it should. Bone health, the overlooked victim. Sugar doesn't just harm your muscles and joints, it also takes a toll on your bones, which are crucial for supporting your body and preventing dangerous falls. Processed sugar interferes with your body's ability to absorb calcium, the key mineral that keeps your bones strong. Over time, this can lead to weaker, more brittle bones, making you more vulnerable to osteoporosis and fractures. For seniors, even a minor fall can turn into a life-changing event. A simple fracture, especially in the hip, can lead to a long recovery, reduced mobility, and a loss of independence. What used to be a small misstep could now cause a serious injury that disrupts your daily life. Hidden sugars, the sneaky saboteurs. One of the biggest challenges with sugar is how it's hidden in foods you might think are healthy. Sugar lurks in low-fat or healthy foods, tricking even the most careful consumers. For example, flavored yogurts can pack as much sugar as a candy bar, and many granola bars are loaded with added sugars disguised as natural sweeteners. Even salad dressings, especially low-fat ones, often use sugar to boost flavor. Whole grain breads and cereals might also be hiding hidden sugars. These hidden sugars add up over time and do the same damage as the obvious sweets you know to avoid. Reading labels is key. Watch out for terms like high fructose corn syrup, maltose, dextrose, or anything ending in oats. These are all forms of added sugar that could be secretly sabotaging your health. Taking control, smarter, sweet choices. Let's face it, completely cutting out sugar isn't realistic for most of us. But did you know that making just a few smarter choices can help protect your strength and mobility in the long run? These small changes could make a huge difference for your health, your independence, and even your loved ones. Here are some simple steps to help you take control of your sugar intake. Choose natural alternatives. You don't have to give up sweetness entirely. Try switching to natural sweeteners like raw honey, pure maple syrup, or dates. These options cause smaller, more manageable blood sugar spikes, and they often contain nutrients that regular sugar doesn't. Embrace whole fruits. Instead of reaching for sugary snacks, go for fresh fruits like berries, apples, or citrus. Not only do they satisfy your sweet cravings, but they're packed with fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that help support your bones and muscles. For example, berries are full of anti-inflammatory compounds that can even help reduce joint pain. Satisfy cravings wisely. When that sweet craving hits, opt for healthier options. A small piece of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, a handful of nuts, or plain Greek yogurt with fresh fruit can curb your sweet tooth without causing the inflammation and energy crashes that processed sweets can bring. Read labels vigilantly. Always check ingredient lists and nutrition facts. Aim for foods with no added sugars, or at least those with minimal amounts, less than 5 grams per serving. Be cautious with sugar-free products. They might contain artificial sweeteners that can disrupt your gut health and metabolism. Cook at home. Preparing your own meals gives you control over what goes in your food. You can use naturally sweet ingredients like cinnamon, vanilla, or mashed bananas to add flavor without the added sugar. If you're still watching, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. You're doing something important for your health today, and it's never too late to start. The long-term impact, the choices you make today directly influence how well you move tomorrow. It might seem like a small thing, a sugary snack here, a sweet treat there, but those choices can add up. Over time, processed sugar doesn't just cause temporary energy spikes and crashes. It quietly weakens your muscles, stiffens your joints, and harms your circulation. It might not be obvious now, but if you keep eating sugar without thinking, your ability to walk confidently, stand comfortably, or live independently could be at risk. But don't worry, you can change that. By cutting back on sugar and focusing on nutrient-rich foods, you'll help preserve your leg strength, protect your joints, and keep the energy to do what you love. Whether it's gardening, playing with your grandkids, or simply taking a walk through your neighborhood. 2. Deep-fried and fast foods. The silent enemy of your joints and circulation. Who doesn't love the crispy golden crunch of French fries, the savory goodness of fried chicken, or the warm comfort of a donut straight from the fryer? These foods are more than just meals. They're tied to special moments and memories. For many seniors, fast food spots are a familiar place to grab something quick and easy. But what if I told you that these tasty treats are secretly harming your legs, joints, and circulation? Deep-fried and fast foods may be convenient, but their hidden dangers can quietly erode your mobility over time. They're doing more harm than you think, and the effects could be more serious than you realize. The devastating effects of fried and fast foods. As we age, many of us notice our pace slowing down, our knees aching, or our legs feeling heavier than they used to. While it's true that aging affects our bodies, what we eat plays a huge role in how we feel and move. Deep-fried and fast foods are among the worst choices for your body, especially when it comes to the 3 key factors of mobility: muscles, joints, and circulation. The damage they cause is both immediate and long-term, making movement harder and increasing the risk of serious health problems down the road. Trans fats and chronic inflammation, a recipe for joint pain. When foods are deep-fried, they're often cooked in oils loaded with trans fats, some of the most harmful fats in our diets. These fats don't just lead to weight gain, they set off inflammation throughout the body, particularly in your joints. This chronic inflammation is like a slow, silent attack on your body. It breaks down the cartilage in your joints, the cushion that keeps your bones from rubbing together. Without that cushion, your joints become stiff, swollen, and painful, especially in weight-bearing areas like your knees, hips, and ankles. This is a big reason why so many seniors struggle with joint pain. Over time, this inflammation can lead to osteoarthritis, a condition that wears down your joints and limits your movement. Tasks that once seemed simple, walking to the store, climbing stairs, or standing for a while, can become painful struggles. The worst part, as the pain increases, many people begin moving less, which weakens their muscles and makes mobility even harder. It becomes a dangerous cycle that's tough to break. Impaired circulation, starving your muscles. Fried and fast foods don't just harm your joints, they also mess with your blood circulation, which is vital for keeping your muscles strong and functioning well. These foods are packed with saturated fats and sodium, both of which tighten your blood vessels and raise your blood pressure. Over time, this limits blood flow to your muscles, depriving them of the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay healthy. The result? You may experience persistent leg cramps, fatigue, and a heavy, sluggish feeling that makes even a short walk feel like a major effort. But it doesn't stop there. Poor circulation can lead to serious, life-threatening conditions like deep vein thrombosis, DVT, where blood clots form in your legs, or peripheral artery disease, PAD, which narrows your arteries and restricts blood flow. Both of these conditions make movement difficult and increase the risk of falls. For seniors, this is especially dangerous because it can lead to long-term mobility issues and significantly lower quality of life. Weight gain, overloading your joints. Another hidden danger of deep-fried and fast foods is their high-calorie content. These foods are packed with fats and carbs, which means you can quickly put on weight even if you're eating just a small portion. And that extra weight puts a huge strain on your joints, especially in the lower body. For every pound you gain, your knees take on about 4 pounds of extra pressure with each step. This added pressure speeds up the breakdown of cartilage, worsens joint pain, and increases the risk of osteoarthritis. Plus, the added weight affects your balance and stability, making falls more likely. For seniors, falls can be a life-altering event, often leading to serious fractures or injuries that require long recovery times and can limit independence. The combination of joint strain and instability from excess weight creates a perfect storm for losing mobility, making once simple activities feel like impossible challenges. Bone health, a hidden casualty. The harm from fried and fast foods doesn't stop with your muscles and joints. It also affects your bones, and this can be even more dangerous as we age. These foods are low in essential minerals like calcium and magnesium, both of which are key to keeping bones strong and dense. Even worse, the high sodium content in fast foods can actually leach calcium from your bones, making them weaker. Over time, this increases the risk of osteoporosis, a condition where bones become fragile and brittle. For seniors, this is particularly alarming. A hip fracture, one of the most common results of osteoporosis, can lead to long hospital stays, reduced mobility, and a significant loss of independence. One bad fall can take away your ability to live a vibrant, active lifestyle and replace it with pain and limitations that could last a lifetime. The fast food trap. Fast food may seem like an easy, affordable option, but it's full of nutritional pitfalls that can seriously harm your health. Beyond just fried items, fast food menus are loaded with processed ingredients, high-sodium sauces, sugary drinks, and refined carbs, all of which contribute to inflammation, weight gain, and poor circulation. Even foods that seem healthier, like salads, can be packed with high-calorie dressings and sodium-heavy toppings that cancel out any good they might do. And the convenience of drive-thrus and delivery makes it all too easy to rely on fast food without thinking about how it's affecting your health in the long run. These seemingly harmless choices can add up, making your body more vulnerable to serious health issues as you get older. If you're still watching this video and finding this information valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Taking control, healthier alternatives for stronger legs. The good news is you can protect your mobility by making some simple changes to your diet. While it's not realistic to cut out fried and fast foods completely, reducing them and making smarter choices can make a huge difference. Here's how you can preserve your joint health, keep your muscles strong, and boost circulation. Choose healthier cooking methods. Instead of frying, try baking, grilling, steaming, or using an air fryer. These methods retain flavor without adding the harmful trans fats and excess calories found in deep frying. For example, try baking sweet potato fries with a little olive oil. This is a nutrient-rich alternative to greasy French fries. Swap oils wisely. Replace processed oils like canola or soybean oil with heart and joint-friendly options like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. These oils are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds that support your joints and help improve circulation. Prioritize whole foods. Build your meals around lean proteins like chicken, fish, or tofu, whole grains like quinoa or brown rice, and plenty of vegetables. These foods will provide lasting energy, support muscle repair, and reduce inflammation. Limit fast food. If fast food is unavoidable, make better choices. Opt for grilled instead of fried items. Swap sugary sodas for water or unsweetened tea, and choose healthier sides like apple slices or a side salad with dressing on the side instead of fries. Boost circulation with diet. Include foods that help improve blood flow, like fatty fish, rich in omega-3s, leafy greens packed with nitrates, and berries full of antioxidants. These foods keep your blood vessels flexible and reduce the risk of vascular problems. Support bone health. Make sure you're getting enough calcium and magnesium from foods like dairy or fortified non-dairy alternatives, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. Pair these with vitamin D-rich foods like salmon or egg yolks, or get some safe sun exposure to help your body absorb calcium. Small changes now can help you stay active and independent, so don't wait until it's too late. Take control of your health today. The path forward. The foods you choose today directly impact your ability to move freely tomorrow. Deep-fried and fast foods may seem tempting for a quick fix, but the long-term effects, joint pain, muscle weakness, poor circulation, and fragile bones, can rob you of the strength and independence you cherish. By making small changes like prioritizing whole, nutrient-rich foods and adopting healthier cooking methods, you can protect your legs, preserve your mobility, and maintain the vitality to live life the way you want. A single fall or chronic conditions like arthritis don't have to define your future. Take control now. Let your legs carry you confidently into the years ahead. When cravings hit for unhealthy snacks, don't give in. Instead, reach for nutrient-dense options like raw or lightly roasted nuts, crunchy roasted chickpeas, or homemade snacks made with wholesome ingredients. These choices nourish your body, supporting long-term health instead of fueling chronic inflammation. When dining out, choose grilled, steamed, or baked dishes over deep-fried meals that are loaded with harmful fats, which can worsen joint pain and muscle strain. These small dietary adjustments may seem minor now, but over time, they add up and make a world of difference. The effort you put into mindful eating today will pay off with stronger legs, better mobility, and a greater sense of independence as you age. Take that step now for a healthier tomorrow. By choosing foods that fuel your body rather than deplete it, you're laying the foundation for a more active, vibrant future. The power of the food you consume is immense. It can either heal and strengthen or harm and weaken your body. Every bite is a choice, and that choice is entirely in your hands. Let your diet be a source of vitality, energy, and mobility, rather than a catalyst for pain, stiffness, or physical limitations. The next time you're tempted to grab a fried snack or processed treat, pause and ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing the strength and functionality of my legs? The answer to that question could profoundly influence how well you walk, move, and live in the years ahead. By prioritizing nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory foods, you're not just eating for today, you're investing in your ability to remain active and independent for decades to come. The hidden dangers of processed meats. Undermining muscle strength, bite by bite. Processed meats are a dietary staple for many, quick and easy to incorporate into daily routines. A ham and cheese sandwich for lunch, sizzling bacon for breakfast, or a juicy hot dog at a barbecue. These foods are convenient, flavorful, and familiar. But the real cost may be hidden in the toll they take on your body, particularly on the muscles that keep you mobile and independent as you age. Maintaining strong, functional muscles is critical for preserving your ability to move freely, climbing stairs, standing, and walking without discomfort. Unfortunately, the very foods you rely on for convenience may be silently eroding your strength, compromising your mobility, and setting the stage for long-term physical challenges. Processed meats, high in sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives can inflammation, which interferes with muscle recovery and strength. This ongoing damage weakens muscles, impeding movement and flexibility. Opt for whole foods, lean proteins like chicken, turkey, fish, or plant-based alternatives like tofu, quinoa, and legumes to maintain muscle health and strength. Your body will thank you by keeping you active, healthy, and independent in the years to come. Processed meats, such as bacon, sausage, ham, deli meats, hot dogs, and pepperoni, are packed with preservatives, excessive sodium, and harmful chemical additives that gradually impair your body's ability to function optimally. One of the most detrimental components of these foods is their extraordinarily high sodium content. Excessive sodium intake disrupts the body's fluid balance, leading to water retention and swelling, particularly in the lower extremities. This swelling can make your legs feel heavy, stiff, and sluggish, transforming routine activities like walking or standing into exhausting endeavors. For seniors who are already more susceptible to muscle cramps, joint pain, and reduced mobility, a diet high in sodium can exacerbate these issues, resulting in discomfort, numbness, or even a sensation of instability during movement. Beyond water retention, processed meats are a significant driver of chronic inflammation, a silent but destructive force that accelerates muscle and joint deterioration. The nitrates, nitrites, and other preservatives commonly found in processed meats trigger inflammatory responses in the body, which over time damage muscle tissue and weaken its structural integrity. This chronic inflammation also affects the joints, leading to stiffness, soreness, and reduced flexibility. Simple tasks such as climbing a flight of stairs, bending to tie your shoes, or rising from a chair can become increasingly challenging, diminishing your quality of life. Left unchecked, the cumulative effects of inflammation contribute to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, which significantly increases the risk of falls, fractures, and dependency. By opting for healthier, whole food alternatives, you can help protect your muscles, joints, and overall mobility, ensuring that you stay strong and active as you age. Moreover, processed meats interfere with your body's ability to absorb essential nutrients critical for muscle health. Muscles require high-quality protein, iron, magnesium, and B vitamins to remain strong, flexible, and resilient. However, the chemical-laden nature of processed meats, combined with their lack of nutrient density, hampers the body's ability to extract and utilize these vital nutrients. Over time, this nutrient deficiency starves your muscles, leading to gradual weakening that may manifest as fatigue, reduced endurance, or difficulty performing physical tasks. The irony is stark. Foods marketed as protein sources, like deli meats or sausages, may undermine the very muscles they're supposed to support. To safeguard your muscle strength and protect your legs from unnecessary strain, it's imperative to replace processed meats with healthier, nutrient-rich alternatives. Opt for fresh, unprocessed meats, such as grilled chicken breasts, roasted turkey, or baked salmon, which deliver clean, high-quality protein without the harmful additives. Plant-based protein sources like lentils, black beans, chickpeas, quinoa, nuts, and seeds are equally powerful, offering a wealth of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that promote muscle repair and combat inflammation. For sandwich lovers, swap out store-bought deli slices for freshly cooked meats or plant-based options like hummus or avocado, paired with whole grain bread and a colorful array of vegetables for a balanced, nutrient-packed meal. These choices not only nourish your body but also support long-term muscle health, ensuring that your legs remain strong and capable. By shifting to these alternatives, you're laying the foundation for greater mobility and vitality as you age. The dietary decisions you make each day directly shape your ability to move, walk, and live independently. While processed meats may offer convenience and familiarity, they come at a steep cost: your physical strength and mobility. By transitioning to wholesome anti-inflammatory foods now, you're investing in stronger legs, greater freedom of movement, and the ability to stay active and engaged in life for years to come. The choice is yours, and your future self will thank you for prioritizing health over convenience. High sodium foods, draining strength from your legs one meal at a time. Salt is a ubiquitous ingredient, sprinkled generously over morning eggs, stirred into hearty soups, and hidden in the processed foods that dominate modern diets. For many, it's an afterthought, a small, innocuous addition that enhances flavor and makes meals more enjoyable. But what if this seemingly harmless ingredient is quietly undermining your physical strength, draining the vitality from your legs, and making movement more difficult with each passing year? For seniors in particular, symptoms like leg heaviness, swelling, and muscle weakness are often dismissed as inevitable consequences of aging. In reality, excessive sodium intake is a major yet preventable contributor to these issues, directly impacting your ability to walk, stand, and move with ease. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The dangers of a high-sodium diet extend far beyond its well-known links to high blood pressure and heart disease. Excess sodium disrupts the body's fluid balance, causing water retention that manifests as swelling or edema in the legs, ankles, and feet. If you've ever noticed your legs feeling unusually heavy, your ankles appearing puffy, or your shoes fitting tighter than usual, this is likely your body struggling to manage an overload of salt. This swelling places additional strain on your muscles and joints, making every step feel laborious and transforming once simple activities, such as walking to the mailbox, standing to cook dinner, or climbing a few stairs, into exhausting challenges. For seniors, this can lead to a vicious cycle of reduced activity, further muscle weakening, and a greater risk of falls or injuries. However, the impact of sodium goes beyond temporary swelling. Excessive salt intake impairs circulation, depriving your muscles of the oxygen and nutrients they need to function optimally. Healthy blood flow is essential for delivering energy to your legs, supporting muscle repair, and maintaining flexibility. Yet a high-sodium diet narrows blood vessels, elevates blood pressure, and reduces the efficiency of nutrient delivery, leaving your muscles undernourished and fatigued. Over time, this compromised circulation contributes to muscle weakness, cramps, and a noticeable decline in endurance, making it harder to stay active or perform daily tasks without discomfort. To mitigate these risks, reducing sodium intake and prioritizing low-sodium, nutrient-dense foods is crucial. Fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and unsalted nuts or seeds are excellent choices that support muscle health without overloading your system with salt. When cooking, experiment with herbs, spices, lemon juice, or vinegar to add flavor without relying on salt. Be vigilant about reading nutrition labels, as sodium lurks in unexpected places, canned soups, frozen meals, condiments, and even seemingly healthy snacks like flavored crackers or popcorn. By making these adjustments, you can alleviate swelling, improve circulation, and restore energy to your legs, paving the way for greater mobility and independence. The food choices you make today have a profound impact on your physical strength and quality of life tomorrow. High-sodium foods may be convenient and familiar, but they come at a steep cost, robbing your legs of the strength and vitality needed to live actively and independently. By embracing a low-sodium, nutrient-rich diet, you're not just eating for today, you're investing in a future where you can move freely, walk confidently, and enjoy life to the fullest. The power to change lies in your hands, and every mindful choice brings you closer to a stronger, healthier you. The hidden dangers of sodium, a silent threat to your mobility and bone health. Over time, excessive sodium consumption can lead to a cascade of health issues that profoundly affect your quality of life, particularly as you age. The gradual buildup of sodium in your system contributes to chronic fatigue, diminished endurance, and progressive muscle weakness. These effects can transform even simple activities, like a short walk to the mailbox or a stroll through the park, into daunting challenges. For many seniors, this decline in physical capability feels like an inevitable part of aging. But the truth is far more complex. Sodium's impact goes beyond surface-level symptoms, silently wreaking havoc on your skeletal system in ways that are often overlooked. One of sodium's most insidious effects is its ability to leach calcium from your bones. Calcium is a critical mineral that maintains bone density and strength, but excessive sodium forces the body to excrete it through urine, leaving bones brittle and vulnerable. Over years of unchecked sodium intake, this process significantly weakens the skeletal structure, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. For older adults, this is a particularly grave concern. A fragile skeletal system means that even a minor misstep, a trip on a rug or a slip on a wet floor, could result in a debilitating fracture. Such injuries often lead to lengthy recoveries, chronic pain, or, in the worst cases, a permanent loss of independence. The tragedy is that these consequences are not immediate. They build slowly, day by day, as excess sodium erodes your bone health without noticeable warning signs. Sodium's omnipresence in the modern diet compounds the problem. It's not just the salt you sprinkle on your meals that you need to worry about. Sodium lurks in countless processed and packaged foods, often in staggering amounts. Canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, condiments, snack foods, and even seemingly innocuous items like bread and breakfast cereals can be loaded with hidden sodium. Restaurant meals, fast food, and takeout are notorious culprits, frequently containing far more salt than you'd ever add at home. As a result, many people unknowingly consume 2 to 3 times the recommended daily sodium intake, 2,300 milligrams or less, ideally closer to 1,500 milligrams for older adults, putting their health at risk without even realizing it. The good news is that reducing sodium intake doesn't mean resigning yourself to bland, flavorless meals. By making mindful choices, you can protect your health while still enjoying delicious food. Start by prioritizing fresh, whole ingredients over processed options. Vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains are naturally low in sodium and rich in nutrients that support overall vitality. To enhance flavor without relying on salt, experiment with herbs and spices like rosemary, thyme, garlic, cumin, or turmeric. Citrus juices, vinegars, and natural seasonings can also add depth and zest to your dishes. For those who crave the taste of salt, consider switching to Himalayan pink salt or sea salt, which contain trace minerals like magnesium and potassium that support bodily functions. However, use these sparingly as they still contribute to sodium intake. Another critical step is becoming a vigilant label reader. Packaged foods often list sodium content per serving, but serving sizes can be misleadingly small. Pay attention to the fine print and opt for low sodium or no salt added versions of products like canned beans, broths, and sauces. When dining out, don't hesitate to ask for dishes prepared with less salt or sauces served on the side. Over time, these small adjustments can significantly reduce your sodium intake, easing the strain on your muscles, bones, and cardiovascular system. By cutting back on sodium, you can alleviate swelling caused by fluid retention, improve blood circulation, and reduce the strain on your heart and kidneys. These changes translate to stronger, more resilient legs, greater endurance, and a lower risk of bone fractures. The choices you make at the grocery store, in the kitchen, and at the dining table are powerful tools for preserving your mobility and independence. Sodium reduction is not about deprivation. It's about empowerment, a proactive step toward a future where you can move with confidence, vitality, and freedom. Refined carbohydrates are silent saboteurs of muscle strength, often undermining our physical well-being without us even realizing it. For generations, white bread, refined pasta, pastries, and other processed carbohydrates have been staple comfort foods, providing warmth and nostalgia. A slice of toast in the morning, a sandwich for lunch, or a bowl of spaghetti at dinner, These foods have become second nature to many. However, beneath their comforting appearance lies a troubling reality. These refined carbs are quietly draining your strength, weakening your muscles, and contributing to the loss of mobility that many seniors experience. The decline in leg strength and endurance often associated with aging isn't solely due to time. While age does play a role, dietary choices, specifically the regular consumption of refined carbohydrates, are significant contributors to this decline. Unlike whole grains, which retain their nutrient-rich bran and germ, refined grains undergo processing that strips away fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What remains is a nutritionally barren product that delivers empty calories with little nutritional benefit. When you consume foods like white bread, refined pasta, or sugary pastries, your body quickly converts these carbs into glucose, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar levels. This leads to a brief burst of energy, but it's often followed by a dramatic crash, leaving you feeling fatigued, sluggish, and physically weak. Over time, these repeated cycles of blood sugar spikes and dips diminish your muscles' ability to perform, reducing their endurance and making everyday activities like walking, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries feel increasingly difficult. For seniors, this loss of stamina can set off a vicious cycle. Reduced activity leads to further muscle weakening, which in turn leads to even more difficulty with movement. Breaking this cycle involves making healthier food choices that support consistent energy levels and provide the necessary nutrients for maintaining muscle strength and mobility. The damage caused by refined carbohydrates goes far beyond energy fluctuations. Excessive consumption of these foods fuels chronic inflammation, a major contributor to joint stiffness, muscle deterioration, and overall physical decline. Inflammation, triggered by a diet high in refined carbs, makes joints less flexible, muscles more prone to soreness, and the entire body feels heavier and less responsive. If you've ever experienced aching legs, persistent tiredness, or difficulty with tasks that once felt effortless, your diet might be playing a significant role. One of the most alarming effects of refined carbs is their contribution to muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia, which becomes more common as we age. Muscles require a steady supply of protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients to maintain their mass and function. Unfortunately, a diet rich in refined carbs offers few essential nutrients, leaving muscles undernourished and causing them to shrink over time. This gradual muscle loss makes everyday movements more challenging and increases the risk of falls, which can have devastating consequences for older adults. The decline in muscle strength is often so subtle that it goes unnoticed until simple tasks, rising from a chair, walking a short distance, or lifting a light load, become unexpectedly difficult. But there is hope. It's never too late to reverse this trend. By replacing refined carbohydrates with nutrient-dense whole food alternatives, you can nourish your muscles and reclaim your strength. Here are some simple swaps. Opt for whole grain or sprouted grain breads that provide fiber, B vitamins, and minerals to support muscle health and sustain energy. Swap white rice and refined pasta for quinoa, brown rice, farro, or whole wheat pasta, which release energy more slowly and avoid the blood sugar roller coaster. Incorporate fiber-rich vegetables like leafy greens, sweet potatoes, and broccoli, alongside lean proteins such as chicken, fish, eggs, or legumes to provide the necessary building blocks for maintaining muscle strength. These small adjustments can help you feel stronger, more energized, and better equipped to tackle daily tasks with ease. Making these changes doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It means choosing versions that love your body back. The impact of these dietary shifts can be profound, improving not only your physical strength, but also your energy levels, mental clarity, and overall sense of well-being. Your legs are the foundation of your mobility, and the foods you choose to fuel them will determine how well they carry you through the years ahead. By prioritizing whole, unprocessed carbohydrates, You can protect your muscles, maintain your independence, and continue moving with confidence and ease. Your legs, your future. Taking control through mindful nutrition. Your legs have been your faithful companions through a lifetime of experiences. They've carried you through bustling work days, leisurely walks with loved ones, and adventures near and far. They've stood strong as you danced, explored, and lived life to the fullest. But as the years pass, you may notice them growing weaker, slower, or less steady. For many, this shift feels like an unavoidable consequence of aging, a natural decline that must be accepted. But the reality is far more empowering. Your mobility is not dictated solely by the passage of time. It is profoundly shaped by the choices you make every day, starting with the foods you put on your plate. The gradual loss of leg strength that so many seniors experience is often the cumulative result of years of dietary habits that undermine muscle health, weaken bones, and fuel inflammation. Foods high in sodium, refined carbohydrates, sugars, trans fats, and artificial additives act like silent saboteurs, eroding your body's ability to move with ease. Over time, these choices manifest as swollen legs, aching joints, persistent fatigue, and a growing reluctance to engage in activities that once brought joy. The heaviness in your legs, the struggle to climb stairs, or the fear of falling may seem like minor inconveniences at first, but they can snowball into a loss of independence that no one wants to face. Yet this is not an inevitable fate. Your body has an incredible capacity for renewal, and it's never too late to change the trajectory of your health. Imagine a future where you wake up each morning feeling strong and capable, confident in your ability to move without pain or hesitation. Picture yourself walking through a park with your grandchildren, climbing stairs without pausing for breath, or standing tall without the weight of discomfort holding you back. These are not distant fantasies. They are achievable realities, and the path to them begins with what you choose to eat. If you've spent years consuming processed foods, salty snacks, or refined carbohydrates, you may already be feeling their effects. Perhaps your legs feel heavier than they used to, or you're plagued by cramps, swelling, or stiffness. Maybe you've started avoiding certain activities, long walks, gardening, or even socializing, because they feel too exhausting or risky. These symptoms are not just part of getting older. They are signals from your body, urging you to make a change. The power to reclaim your strength lies in embracing a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods. Lean proteins like fish, poultry, eggs, and beans provide the amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. Healthy fats from avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil support joint flexibility and reduce inflammation. Nutrient-dense vegetables and fruits deliver vitamins and minerals that strengthen bones, boost circulation, and protect against oxidative stress. By building your meals around these foods, you give your body the tools it needs to rebuild strength, restore resilience, and safeguard your mobility. This journey is not about perfection or drastic overhauls. It's about making incremental, intentional choices, one meal, one snack, one grocery list at a time. Start by swapping out one processed item for a whole food alternative. Experiment with new recipes that excite your taste buds. Involve your family or friends in your efforts to make healthy eating a shared adventure. Over time, these small steps will compound, leading to noticeable improvements in how you feel and move. Your legs are more than just a means of getting from point A to point B. They are the foundation of your independence, the key to living life on your terms. They deserve to be nourished, protected, and strengthened. The decisions you make today, whether to reach for a salty snack or a nutrient-rich meal, a sugary dessert, or a piece of fruit, will shape whether you remain active and self-reliant or find yourself limited by weakness and discomfort. Choose health. Choose strength. Choose a future where you can keep walking, keep moving, and keep embracing the moments that make life worth living. Your legs have carried you this far, and with the right care, they can carry you even further. The power is in your hands, and it starts with the next bite you take. Your legs are your foundation, carrying you through a lifetime of memories and experiences. By making mindful food choices today, you can protect your strength and keep moving with confidence for years to come. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into practice in your life? Share it in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to live healthier and stronger. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to a future of strength and mobility.